What's up, nail geeks, and welcome to another polish video. This is a massive, huge video. I have 22 polishes to show you guys. If you're new to indie polish, if you're new to polish as a brand or anything like that, Shannon goes all out for Black Friday. We usually get some massive collection, gift with purchases, sales, all that stuff. It's just a huge thing. And this year she decided to go with something that's made her very happy this year, and she is doing Taylor Swift. So this is the Eras collection. We have 22 polishes total. So you're going to want to get snacks and maybe something to drink and kick back with your blankie and watch this. I do want to note before we get to the swatches that our Blogger bottles did have a different suspension base that is used normally. So given that at the time I'm recording my face and the amount that I have already swatched through the collection so far, I have noticed that the polishes themselves were behaving a little thinner than what I'm used to on Polish as a brand. So I wanted to note that. She did state that your bottles are going to be perfect. They're going to have the regular base in it, all that good stuff. So just wanted to throw it out there. You might see a little bit of settling on my bottles. I made sure to use my vortexers to get it as close to what you're going to have on hand. And I will be a little mindful on how I'm reviewing these, that I know your base is going to be perfect for that. So just a little disclaimer there. So I'm going to quit talking. Let's dive in and check out some polishes. First up is Long Story Short. This is described as an aqua cream with fine molten pink to copper shifting pigment. This is glorious, and I really appreciate that this whole color palette in general is so versatile. Typically when I think of wintry types of collections, I do think of some light colors and some shimmeries, delicate sort of things, and some blingy glitters. This is a wonderful color to kick this whole palette off. Now, Long Story Short does have a very crelly type formula to it. And of course, with the proper suspension base, it's going to be that perfect polish type crelly that we all know them for. And I think 2 to 3 coats is going to be perfect on this one for opacity. And next we've got You Need to Calm Down. This is a delicate periwinkle base with a mix of aqua to green and pink to copper iridescent flakes. Now, this was one that I could really tell that the suspension base was wrong in it, and I still got a great payoff of those flakes. Granted, I do have a lab grade vortexer that I shake my polishes with, especially those who purchase from my DESTASH and stuff. I can still see that even with the correct base, my mind is going to be blown with how much of a mosaic flaky bomb you're going to get with that. Really impressive here. This is a very cool toned type of base, so very flattering. It dried down semi-flat, so I think any top coat's going to be perfect. And here is Cruel Summer, one of my faves in the set. This is described as a bright teal jelly with pink to copper to gold shimmer. This is a very flattering color too. There's just a ton of cool toned colors in here. And even the bases that had warmer type of tones to it, you'll see momentarily that those are really flattering too. Just an incredible collection overall. Now, Cruel Summer does have more of a jelly-like feel on application. I do think this is very indicative to Shannon's shimmers, and I'm going to suggest going up to 2, possibly 3 coats, depending on the length of your free edge. This is easy to build to opacity and is so very glowy. And To the Moon and to Saturn is described as a stormy lavender gray with aqua green blue shifting shimmer. This was a surprise love for me in that I typically shy away from that dusky, almost greige-like lavender bases. And I do think that this is in that category, but my goodness, with the shimmer, and again, if the, incorrect mixture here is any indication for how amazing the actual real mix is going to be, I'm thoroughly impressed. I mean, I always am. Polish does excellent crelly and jelly formulas, but I digress. This is a beautiful color. I thought it popped so well on me, and this is just stunning. Those of you with very warm undertones, this is going to just sing on you like it did me. And here is Lover. This is a cool toned purple base packed with a mix of copper to pink and aqua blue iridescent flakes. Now, the bottle shot there showed off what I'm seeing, at least on my monitor and in person here, as being more of a medium, quote unquote, that type of purple that I'm always raving about. I don't think it's quite as electric as it is in the bottle. And I don't mean that in a bad way at all. This is what I would consider more of a bold but very subdued type of purple. Not muted, but just more softer in how it's coming across, while also being vibrant at the same time. My full hand shot's giving you a really good idea of just what the heck I'm talking about. I think 2 to 3 coats is perfect. This is going to probably have a really squishy formula to it, so just go in light because those flakies are chunky and delicious and they are quite heavy and large, and you'll want to finish with a good glossy top coat. And here we've got Life Was a Willow. This is a pale jade green cream with crushed gold flakes. So we do see the return of Pahlish's epic gold flake Crelly finishes, and we've got a couple of them in this set, including with the gift with purchase polishes. I'm not going to spoil that just yet. We got more to get through before we get to those. Life Was a Willow is a true type of jade green, in my opinion. I think 3 coats is perfect. Go in very, very light because once again, this is squishy, crelly goodness. Let it slowly build up so you have maximum amount of flaky payoff. And on your 3rd coat or your final coat, whichever, go in just a touch ham to kind of get the base color itself off of those gold flakes so they show up really, really good. And here is one of my top, probably in my top 3. This one is All Too Well, described as an intense strawberry red jelly packed with glowing red copper gold microflake shimmer. This is another one that is not quite indicative in the bottle shot to what it is on your nails, and it's stunning. I was expecting a very hot orangey red sort of color, and that's not the case at all. There is absolutely a strawberry, almost purple tinge to the base color, but it's just so subtle. You're really not going to see it unless you have clear falsies like myself. I'm going to suggest going up to 3 light coats on this one. Let it slowly build up, and this is shimmery goodness. Now, my swatch photo is leaning quite a bit more on the red side, but it does give you a good idea of that beautiful gold shift in the color roll. So please note, for full color accuracy, in my opinion, I think my full hand shot on the video is the best. And here we've got No Body, No Crime. This is described as a warm raspberry pink with hollow flakes. I do, once again, agree with that this color description there, that this is a very berry toned type of pink. There is a bit of a red lean to it, but still incredibly flattering. I think this is also going to pop damn good on pretty much any skin tone. This has that wonderful creamy formula that we all know and love from Shannon's Hollow Flake finishes. And I think 3 light coats or 2 normal coats, if you tend to polish on the heavier side, is going to be perfect. It does dry down semi-gloss somewhat flat, so I think any glossy top coat is perfect. And next is Out of the Woods. This is described as a deep indigo blue with holographic flakes and molten pink copper microflake shimmer. This is really intense and is so lovely. When Pahlish does these just flat out kitchen sink polishes, I hesitate to call these kitchen sink because you can clearly see that there is shimmer and hollow flakes. Kitchen sink to me is more just so much going on. It's really muddy, but I digress. We're not here for my glossary of nail terms. This is wonderful. There is so much special effect going on with it, and it's easy build up formula. Very jelly-like. I think 3 light coats is going to give you the most payoff for the shimmer and flakiness going on here, and finish with a good glossy top coat as it does dry down quite flat. And next we've got Champagne Problems. This is a lavender base packed with holographic flakes and intense pink copper gold microflake shimmer. Sometimes when I'm reading these descriptions, I'm like, it's almost like my brain's like, wait, what? Which one are we on? And anyways, it's been a long day. I'm just so excited to get this video out to you guys. I feel like it's just been one thing after another this week that has put me back from publishing this video. Now, Champagne Problems is probably my second. So I've got 3 top picks and we went over one. This is probably the second one. This is such a stunning pink. It popped so well on me. Medium to deep skin tones. This is going to look fabulous on you. It's so pretty. 2 to 3 coats, once again, is perfect. This has that lovely crelly, squishy type formula. So just be careful on going too ham with it, that you don't want to get over buildup, and finish with a glossy top coat, as this one also dries down on the more flat side. And then here we've got Mirrorball. This is a pale blue with hollow flakes and a mix of pink to copper and violet iridescent microflake shimmer. So this is crelly, but just a touch more jelly than some of the other crellies we've seen in this palette. and I think 3 very light coats. This has a really squishy, bouncy type formula to it. So I can only imagine on the official batches that you guys are going to get mixed up for y'all with the right suspension base, it's going to be so very squishy, curly good. So go in light, let it gently build up to 3 very thin coats. In my opinion, I think that's the best. And finish with a glossy top coat because this is so shimmer packed. It is going to dry down on the more flat side. My macro shot gives you guys a really good idea of that nice, intense, purpley sort of shimmer. And next we've got Don't Call Me Baby. This is a Storm Cloud blue to gray base with aqua to green to blue shifting microflake shimmer. This would have to be in that top 3 for me. So it is so very pretty. It's just so incredibly flattering too. It's very cool toned on that base color, but we've got such a strong aqua glow to it at extreme angles, and when you wiggle your hands in the shaded lighting, you're going to see this lovely bluish sort of almost indigo glow to it. It's just lovely. You'll see it here in just a second on my macro shot. You'll see that color roll. It's just so glowy, so glowy. If shimmer is your jam, I'm so very sorry, but this entire collection is just chef's kiss. Shannon really knocked these out of the park. And here we've got 1989. This is a robin's egg blue base with holographic flakes. This one has a really creamy sort of formula to it, and it applies very self-leveling on the nail. And again, if, I was thoroughly impressed with these, I can only imagine how y'all's are going to be. It's fantastic. This is easy type of buildup as well. It does have a bit of a milky type feel on those brush strokes, but go in light, let it slowly build up, and 3 coats is going to be your best friend. I say that with the fact that I am just a 3 coat kind of gal. I prefer 3 coats, thin coats, mind you. And I just think it gives you the most plump, beautiful, almost gel-like look on your nails, even with these more milkier, plumping finishes. And next up is Sparks Fly. This is a warm orchid pink to kind of purple base with aqua to green to blue microflake shimmer. So a very curly, very squishy type formula going on here too. This is also bordering on being a milky sort of finish. So again, I'm going to strongly suggest take it slow, let it slowly build up, and 3 light coats is your friend here too. Now the shimmer is just a touch on the more subtle side in my opinion, because I think the shimmer color and the base color are in what I would say almost even like the same color wheel, if you will. I don't know. I'm not an artist. But I do think they're in the same color wheel, so it's just a touch more subtle in person. I think what you're seeing on my full hand shot there on the video part is what I'm seeing in person. Anyways, Speak Now is described as a medium lavender purple with molten pink to copper shifting microflake shimmer. I loved this one too. It's another cool toned BFF, and it popped so well on myself. This also has that super squishy plumping type factor, and it's going to give you that great thickness that I personally appreciate at 3 thin coats. Now, all of these are just so jam-packed full of special effect, i.e., flakes or shimmer or both, that they're all going to really need a good glossy top coat. This one is so very glowy in person. It's a very intense pinky sort of glow. At really extreme angles, it does have a coppery sort of glow, but in my opinion, that is a bit on the more subtle side. And here is Bad Blood. This is a warm purple with glowing red pink copper shifting microflake shimmer. This is so very, very pretty. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think I have a probably top 4 because I forgot about Bad Blood, which is bananas. How do you forget about this one? It is so very glowy. I messaged it to a couple of people that I chat with on the regular, and I was like, look at this. This is beautiful. 3 coats, light coats, and you're perfect. This is one of those intense, fiery type of deep purples. Not vampy. I wouldn't really classify it as such. Just glowing electric beautifulness. It's just chef's kiss. I rave about it. I was so impressed. I mean, it's not very often I'm texting pictures of my hands in my swatch area, but this was one that definitely made me do that. And here is your Ivy Grows. This is described as a rich fur green cream with crushed gold flake. Now this is in my opinion, this is like holidays in a bottle. Like, I just feel like this specific color green, I just expect to see quite a bit of it during the holiday season, especially end of November, December. I think this is so versatile and it's really, really pretty. And I'm just loving this color combo. That gold and this base color is fantastic. I do think it's coming up pretty color accurate to what I'm seeing in person versus what I'm looking at on my monitor here. I do agree with that. I don't think I've ever seen a quote, fur green, but if that's what this color is, which duh, it is, I'm thoroughly impressed with it. And it's such a beautiful color. I would really like to get a cream in this, to be honest. And then lastly, we've got the Heartbeat on the High line. This is a delicate orchid pink to purple cream with crushed gold flakes. So to kind of wrap up the regular collection itself, we've got a final gold flaky curly bomb going here. This is another really flattering color. Over the years of me collecting nail polish, this is another one of those colors that I always gravitate to. It's always this type of orchid sort of pink, this specific type, and blues and neon greens are always ones that I'm like a moth to a flame with these. And this is fantastic with that gold flake. Now the flakes, in my opinion, appear more on the antique sort of gold side as opposed to the brilliant gold that we've seen the other ones. I do think it's the same thing. I just think that base color is dimming that brightness. And then the first gift with purchase polish we've got is Invisible String. This one's described as a rich denim blue cream with crushed gold flakes. I dare say this is probably my favorite gold flake finish that I've seen of Shannon pretty much ever. This is what I would consider a medium type of blue cream. It's gorgeous. It's bright. It's very absolutely a denim blue. It's just really flattering, incredibly flattering. And it's got a very creamy, smooth formula. And the way this one also pairs with the gold flakes, just very popping, really intense on the contrast between them. I'm going to suggest 3 really light coats on this because it does have more of a creamy type formula to it, but you will want to finish with a thicker glossy top coat because the flakes do give you just the slightest bit of unevenness. And then lastly, we've got 'Tis the Damn Season. This is a forest green with hollow flakes and aqua green blue shifting shimmer. This one is what I would consider more of a foily type finish. It's intense. It's got this lovely lime sort of color shift to it. At extreme angles, you'll see this wonderful blue glow. Now, Invisible String is free on orders over 50 plus, which was that blue one I just showed you guys. And 'Tis the Damn Season, this one is free with all orders over 100. So if you order anything 100 and up, you will get both Invisible String and 'Tis the Damn Season. That is the only way to get these two. So don't wait. It's only for this Black Friday season that you will be able to get your paws on these two. I think 3 really light coats or 2 normal coats and a glossy top coat is perfect for this. And finally, we've got the Will It Topper segment. This is where I use a black swatch stick to demonstrate if polishes are going to potentially layer up over creams. All right, so we've got a ton of jelly and curly formulas across the board here. So we're going to see lots of versatility with all of them. Some of them, like the more creamier type ones, the ones that have that more almost milk bath sort of look to them, I do think might be just a touch too almost cream-like to give you even results. So personally, in my opinion, I think the foils like Cruel Summer right here and the really intense shimmery hollow flake goodness, those are going to look fantastic. And then Moon and To Saturn is just stunning. Now this one gives you an idea of how you could get some patching of the shimmer on that. So just going light. Lover, I think you can see the beautiful rainbow of flakes there, but it's just a touch thin, so you won't see the base color. Life Was a Willow, same thing as the first two. It's just a bit more on the creamy, almost milky side for that. All Too Well is stunning. I think this is going to layer fantastic. No Body, No Crime looks really cool, actually. I was very impressed with this one that we still saw more of a strawberry type effect to the hollow flakes. And this is what I'm talking about with those flakes. The Out of the Woods looks fantastic. We can really see an easy color roll shift with the shimmer. And then same thing with Champagne Problems. Beautiful, glowy, like a intense, fiery type of copper. It's just very nice. And Mirrorball, I was very impressed with this one. It almost applied like the foils. Don't Call Me Baby is, again, just perfect. I know I feel like by the time I get to the Willow Topper segment on collections that I cannot hide my enthusiasm with, I feel like I'm using the same adjectives over and over, and I apologize about that, but these all are just gorgeous. They're fantastic. And I say that for the first time. I say that lightly. Someone's going to say, yeah, right. But for one of the few times I'm not being biased by a inspiration for a collection, I can safely say that I thoroughly enjoyed that. And don't throw things at me, but I am not a Swiftie. But it's not my taste. But even with that, I just thoroughly enjoyed this collection. So it was a real treat. And I'm very glad that I finally get to show you guys it. Honestly, it was just one thing after another this week. I wanted to have all my Black Friday stuff done before Thanksgiving, but that did not happen. In lieu of me repeating adjectives over and over again, I'm just chatting with you guys before you guys see my face again for what I was previously recorded for the Black Friday sales. So don't miss out on this collection. It's fantastic. And here in just a moment, you're going to see my face for the current information. Okay, so the Eras collection is going to be an unlimited pre-order. That means that we do have a little bit longer of a turnaround time. Shannon does state that the shipping, they're planning on having it completely done by December 22nd. So just something to keep in mind if you're grabbing these for, say, polish swaps or stocking stuffers, things like that. It is a bit of a lengthy turnaround time. Orders, multiple orders, if you go in throughout the pre-order, are going to be combined, and excess shipping is going to be refunded back to you. So that's really nice if you wanted to go back in and take advantage more for the sale that they're going to have. So we're going to have free shipping on orders $60 and above, and the gift with purchase shades, those are going to not be restocked. Pretty much in any of Pahlish's Black Friday releases, I'm pretty sure, the gift with purchases are not available afterwards. So the only way to get them is through their order thresholds, which, speaking of, the first one that I have here that you guys just saw is Invisible String. That one's going to be on orders of 50 and above. And if you spend 100 and above, you'll get 'Tis the Damn Season. So those who spend 100 and above will get both of them, just to make that super, super clear. It does also state in our PR information here that we've got 2 secret songs on the album, her collection, and these are going to be mystery batches. So you can order those if you wanted to get all 24 songs, if you will, and you can have your full Taylor Swift collection going there. There is going to be a bunch of other discounts and other polishes in the shop, so I'm going to link you guys to her website below if you want to get in there. So with that said, this pre-order is going to start November 24th at 12:01 a.m. Central Time through November 28th at 11:59 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to have all of this broken down in the description box below because I know I'm all over the place with these sale information and details. So it'll be there. I'll link you to Pahlish. I will also link you to the Facebook fan group if you want to get in there, see additional information, all that good stuff. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.